Chevy Talks. Chevy Talks. I was in the shower and I have a lot of like shower thoughts. I have a lot of shower thoughts, and I was thinking about the after you've kind of come out of your spiritual awakening, after you kind of like refound yourself and now you're living more authentically, especially if you're a manifesting generator, and just, we manifest all the time, by the way. Like, you're constantly manifesting. Like, we co-create with the universe. Your thoughts create your reality, but they are influenced heavily by our emotions. And so it's a balance of learning how to handle your emotions as well as figuring out, what it is that you want. And so once you start living authentically, and I'd say after a spiritual awakening, because that's kind of when it's like, I don't want to say that you're like forced to, but like it's an awakening. You fucking wake up and you're like, oh, wait a minute. And something that I learned today was, you know how they say manifestations don't work unless you do? It's that simple. First, before anything, you have to work on your current karmic cycles. You're gonna have more, but you have to work on the ones that gets you out of your old way of living, in a sense. Because once you experience your spiritual awakening and you start living authentically and you really stop giving a fuck about anybody else because you realize that you're the constant. Once you figure that out and you've solidified that and you're just living your truth, then there's something that comes around where you basically, what you create is like this clean energy of you being able to do whatever you want. And so all you have to do is go for it. And so after you've figured out your spiritual journey, after you've gone through this spiritual awakening and you're living more authentically, it's easier to manifest abundance, because manifestations only really work when they are aligned with your authentic self. So it's like the cheat code for manifestation would be, find out your authentic self, figure out what it is you want to do, how you're going to do it, so create a plan, and then just fucking do it. It's not, oh, but what if, no, because when you're living authentically, when you're aligned with yourself, there is no worry, there's no shadow telling you, oh, but what about this, because you're going to be grounded and secure in who you are, and so you're gonna know what's for you and what's not for you. I saw somebody talking about coding, of how the universe is like a big coding, but like how it codes as it goes, and we work hand in hand with the universe. We are the people that create the code. And so he described it how, coding is just essentially a bunch of zeros and ones, and that's what the universe is. 0 stands for the truest expression of something. The number 1 stands for beginnings, starting, new. And so that's what creation is. A beginning, a new start, and you're creating something essentially from nothing. And so this guy, he had his own shower thoughts. He goes, if we were to think about the universe in zeros and ones, the zeros and ones we can be like is just a yes or a no. So you saying yes or no is creating your reality. Because I spoke about this the other day, how our voice, our words are like thread to the universe. And that's why English is, you have to be careful what you're saying when you're talking. I don't want to get into this right now. This is like another video. But basically, you're saying yes or no, but it's also the expression behind the words, the expression behind the thought, which is your emotions. So you might, and he described it like this, you might say yes, but you really mean no, or you really feel no. And so when you are aligned with your authentic self, it's easier to say yes, it's easier to say no, because you will have your emotion, your expression backing it. I don't know. I'm just going to throw this on YouTube.